What's good, YouTube? It's jazzlovesmma here, and I'm going to be breaking down the full card of UFC 329 Mcgregor vs. Holloway. I cannot believe I'm actually here doing this. I never thought I'd be breaking down a McGregor fight, especially a fight card. So let's get into it. Alessandro Costa versus Cody Durden. Alessandro Costa coming off the Matt Schnell win and the Stuart Nickel win, where he got KOs in both. He's a powerful short striker with some decent grappling. It's pretty good low kicks, and he can mix it up pretty well, head body. Cody Durden, good pressure wrestler, coming off the first win in a while, I think since Matt Schnell, because he was on a losing streak, I believe. After that, he beat Andre, not Andre Fio, but something Fio, and he looked pretty good. Just dominated with the wrestling, didn't let himself get subbed. That's kind of, he's a grinder, and that's the same way he does. I am gonna have to pick Alessandro Costa here by like round 2 KO. I think Curtin's like a better version of Matt Schnell. He's like the current day Matt Schnell. That's kind of how I see him. So Costa hits hard. This is short notice for Costa, but it's like he still hits hard. He can't be outworked, but I don't think like he's short. He's strong. I don't think he's gonna get dogged like Phil Ho, who it kind of felt like he kind of like Phil Ho kind of has a build where it looks like he's like ready to be broken. Well, like Costa really like yeah, like, he did get chinned by Amir Albazi, and that's pretty bad. But I think I rate Amir Albazi a lot more than I do um, Cody Durden. So I am going to pick Costa by round 2 KO. It's risky because Durden is the one with the full camp here. He was trained for a fast, explosive striker in Odie Osborne. So there's a possibility where he's just the more prepared fighter and he's able to have a good camp. But yeah. Moving on to Ryan Gondra versus Zachary Reese. Ryan Gondra, power puncher, KO'd Jose Medina's debut. Zachary Reese coming off the Mikael Pereira loss, I believe. Very close split decision. Good striker all around. Likes to wear off his back when he's taken down. I do just kind of have to pick Ryan Gondra here. And though it's not just because they both fought Jose Medina and Zachary Reese is like the only person in the UFC outside of Dana White considered series to not KO or finish Jose Medina. He got close to it. He hurt him really badly in round 1. And then he kind of just gassed out looking for the finish. And he did it against Dorvik as well. But he's chinny, man. He has the tall man defense. He's just like there to be hit. And I think the way he strikes, like it's like no defense. And if Ryan Gardner gets a takedown, Zachary Reese will just try to work off upon him. He'll let himself like just be there. And it's just not good signs. Like he was getting like clubbed late by Mikael Pereira, who we've seen can fade. And he's like losing late. And he just has dumb fight. If he was a smarter fighter, I think I'd pick him here. Because he has the size, he has the kicks, he does have the somewhat skills to I think beat Ryan Contra, who is kind of unproven, and beating Jose Medina isn't really impressive. Maybe under a minute is impressive because he's definitely easier than anyone. But I don't really know where that rates him. But if he comes out and does the same stuff as Zachary Reese, I'd be a little bit more impressed because I like, even though I don't rate Mikael Pereira, he's like a dude who is just outside the rankings, right? He's like just outside. He's like outside just outside the rankings tier where he's a name, but he's just floating between that out just outside the rankings area. Middleweight's kind of really dog shit. So I think this is just honestly not a bad loss for Reese, but the way he performed, had a war, he made really dumb mistakes. I think he was looking for wheel kicks and he just kept whiffing on them. So yeah, gonna go Ryan Gondra here by round 1 or 2 KO. Moving on to Farid Basharat versus John Garza. Farid Basharat, a very well-rounded fighter, decent volume, decent boxing, pretty good takedowns. John Garza, short notice. No way those are the odds. I really don't think there's a world Garza is a minus 125 favorite because he opened at like plus 300. I'll check the odds right here. But Garza he's dynamite in his hands. He's a great boxer. And I honestly feel tempted to pick him because he is pretty good from the tape I've seen. but it's such short notice. And I people are comparing this to the Ewing, who I wish was actually fighting Fury. I think that would have been a better matchup. Um, the Ewing versus Womaker situation. Womaker, it was clear he had it was clear he had holes in his game. No one just expected short notice Ewing to do it. No one really knew he was. Came in super short notice, and the holes in Womaker's game fit into the style. Well, I don't know if John Garza's style can really overwhelm and like he'll be the one to chin Bashford like on such short notice. So I do have to pay Bashford by decision. When this got made, I was gonna say he should get a KO because I just didn't know who John Garza was, but he seems like a tough kid. And yeah, Bashford's like a -600 favorite. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, but yeah, I really wish this was Ewing. If this was Ewing, this would be a much better fight. It could still be one, but John Garza doesn't really have a lot of experience, and he's like a so decently no name dude outside the UFC. So hopefully he puts on a decent performance. Yeah, I think Farid's experience, his volume, he did very well against Gene Matsumoto. So yeah, just gonna go Farid decision. Moving on to Damian Pinas versus Cesar Almeida. Damian Pinas, big power puncher, girthy, strong, unloads a lot, pressures people, makes people quit. While Cesar Almeida, he's a technical kickboxer, decent KO power, no takedown defense at all. He does have that KO win over Razak. I forgot. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I know who it is, but Alkasan or something like that. But he got dropped badly in that round as well. That's why he's the round of the year or comeback of the year of like 2025, I think, because he got dropped bad. And he looked really shit against Caesar Olasashik, who we haven't seen since that fight. So I wonder, we don't really know how good he truly is, but he just got dominated in the grappling. Cobb was able to do the same, take him down. And I feel like he'll probably like win like a couple minutes, like the seconds of the fight, but then around one he's gonna get bombed by Damian Pinas. He hits really hard, made Russ Schultz quit. So yeah, honestly, just gotta go Damian Pinas here. 2 little big shots all over Cesar Almeida's face. I think Almeida may be the better striker, but I could just see him getting bombed, rocked, and maybe get like ground and pound into a TKO. But the pick is going to be Damian Pinas, round 1 KO. Going on to the early prelims, Tracy Cortez versus Wang Kong. Cortez, a striker, coming off the Iron field loss, where she has submitted and dominated, kind of. Wang Kong, or as DC likes to call her, Wang Tong. Coming off her win against, I don't know, it was some random lady. I think it was some Brazilian lady, where she almost got subbed. And honestly, that's such a bad luck. Now that I'm thinking about it, from a pick, but almost got subbed in round 2, but she toughed it out, and she's a very technical kickboxer, decent power on the hands. I'm gonna pick her to beat Tracy Cortez. I really don't rate Tracy Cortez. She's attractive, but she doesn't really have anything impressive in her game. Her boxing's really not that good. Her takedown defense isn't the best. Obviously, that's not going to be a factor here, but her takedowns themselves aren't the best. She could win. She could win via the grappling, but I think Wang Kong is just a better striker, and I think she will outdamage Tracy. And hopefully, she's been working on the takedown defense enough to win it. And to be fair, in her last fight, her opponent was really losing because she gassed out badly, and then Wang Kong was able to take over. So that is to be taken into consideration. But I do think Wang Kong should be able to win. Maybe Cortez just wins by grappling. But it's like, I would want to pick her by like robbery decision, but I just don't think the way that I've noticed the judges, I don't really think there's a reward that it seems like they've been rewarding damage. So I don't know. It's close. It's tricky. But I do want to lean Wang Kong. I don't want to lean on Wang Kong, but I want to lean on the pick of Kong because I think she's a better striker. It's just the grappling. She just has no grappling. But I'm hoping she's improved. And in her one loss in the UFC, she got subbed because of a knockdown. And I don't see Tracy Cortez knocking her out. So yeah, the pick will be a Wang Kong decision. Moving on to the regular prelims, Luke Riley versus Kai Kamaka III. Kai Kamaka is the Brad Tavares of featherweight, coming off the win of some dude named Hope, I think. Competitive fight, was able to gas and wear down on Hope, Dakota Hope. He wore down on Dakota Hope in the rounds 2 and 3. But he's a very simple striker, lands his 1-2s, the double jabs, the low kick, the high kick, that he'll land on the arms if he needs to, and some decent knees into the clinch. Luke Riley, a good, powerful boxer with a great chin. I don't know if it's great, but it's a good chin. No real takedowns, but he's coming off a pretty good performance against Mike Holloway Jr. I think people overblown how competitive that fight was. I thought Riley won very clearly, and people are like, "Oh, what a shit performance!" Like it's not what it should have been, but Aswell has a chin, and he's gonna sit there and he's gonna pop shots on you. He will pour volume on you, and Riley did pretty well to just outdog him and like put hands on him and show power and make Aswell respect him. It was not the best performance, but it was a good one where he beat him. I thought 3 rounds, and I think he's gonna KO Kai Kamaka in round 1 because I saw Kamaka get hurt by fucking Dakota Hope, who I think has a little bit worse boxing than Luke Riley. Maybe he's more powerful, but I think Riley's the better boxer. I think if he has Kamaka hurt, he's not gonna gas himself out, and I think he's the gas tank to go past round 1 as well. So not talking about as well, but as well. So yeah, I think maybe like round 2, maybe he finds his timing in round 1. Kamaka's making it tricky with the kicks. Like a round 2 or 3 KO is what I'm feeling. I originally thought round 1, but maybe Kamaka has good recoverability. He does have good recoverability. And I think this fight's gonna go like what's it? Robert Brychuk versus Brett Tavares. I think that's how this fight's gonna go. But I see around 2 or 3 KO for Luke Riley, getting a big KO win in the big stages of UFC 329. Moving on to Cody Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez. Cody Garbrandt, fast striker, explodes in the pocket. Not anymore. He'll have big moments where he'll land a big shot, then he'll skate around the ring, and then he slows down really badly after round 1. He has some decent low kicks. He has some decent takedowns, and yeah, he had a very embarrassing performance against Xiao Long. We will never forget that fight. Yeah, he had a pretty bad performance against Xiao Long, where he was kind of just getting kicked, and I don't know how he won that fight. I get it off the points, but he also pretty badly cheated in that fight. He had a pretty bad fucking headbutt that dropped Xiao Long in round 2. So yeah, Adrian Yanez coming off the Ricky Simone performance, where you could argue he got robbed of a win, but it went to a draw because he pretty badly brutalized Ricky Simone in round 3. He's a very good boxer, fast hands, and I think he's going to chin Cody Garbrandt in 1 or 2 rounds. I'm going to say round 1, but I wouldn't be surprised if round 2. I think Cody's going to start good in the first minute. Yanez will pressure. He will jab up Cody Garbrandt, and I think he's going to jab him up like Font did, but he'll find the KO because he has to use power like Font. I know that's ironic saying that because Yanez got KO'd by Rob Font, but I was younger Yanez, and I think he's better than then, especially seeing the Ricky Simone fight. And I think current Ricky Simone is way better than Cody Garbrandt. Current Cody Garbrandt. Like durability, toughness, skill. I think he is better, and especially to beat him up as the fight went on. So I do have to pick Adrian Yanez Adrian Yanez, round 1 KO. I just don't like Cody the way he's looked. Maybe it's a tricky round 1, then he gets in round 2. Cody Garbrandt has recently had pretty good round 1s. He beat John Long in round 1, so was kind of styling on Figgy in round 1, styles on Raoni Barcelos in round 1. Then he goes past him and it's over. So yeah, maybe we get a round 2 KO for Yanez here. I'm going to pick round 1. But yeah, I think Cody Garbrandt's going to be looking good. He's going to be looking fast, and then he's going to start slowing down, and Yanez is going to pick him apart and then find the KO. Moving on to Gable Loophole Stevenson versus the Snack Panther Alicia Ellison. Not much to break down here. Gable, good wrestler, fast hands. He's a 3-0 in MMA. Alicia Ellison coming off the brutalization of getting KO'd by Perishik. I'm going to pick Snack Panther to win this now. I have to pick Gable by round 1 KO. I just think his power advantage, speed, he's pretty fast for heavyweight, and I think he's just gonna kind of maul Alicia Ellison as a freebie for him. But I think when he gets near that top 15, top 10, he's gonna start losing because he's really not that good. So that's all I have for this fight. I don't know what you expected. Moving on to the last fight of the prelims, Robert Whittaker versus Nikita Krylov. Very tricky fight. Is he really the underdog? I really don't trust these odds they're showing. Robert Whittaker moving up from middleweight. Karate stance, has one of the best jabs in the UFC. Good 1-2s, good high kicks, good low kicks. He has good reads. He has good stomps. He has decent takedowns. Yeah, his wrestling's pretty good. Very fast, and I think that's going to be a big factor here. But moving on to Nikita Krylov, he is a decent striker, decent grappler, has good KO power, has great kicks. He KO'd Modestas Bukauskas in his last fight, which honestly is not the biggest win. Before that, he got KO'd by Bogdan Kuskov and Dominic Reyes in a round. Robert Whittaker's coming off the RDR loss where I think almost longer than a year ago. He lost that 5-round decision. And I think he's just going to come out here in style and Nikita Krylov. I'm going to pick a decision, but there's a chance that he's so much faster than Krylov, and he could just time with that too, like Guskov did. Guskov's obviously taller and bigger, and I think he hits harder. But Whittaker does pop, and he's still fast, so maybe it's like a round 2 KO, something like that. But I think he's going to speed maul Krylov, and he's not going to slow down. He's not as simple as Modestas Bukauskas and has on skill. Like Whittaker is very talented. He's pretty technical in his defense and stuff. So yeah, I'm worried for his chin, but I think this lighter man skill, the speed advantage, we just saw that with Mcgregor and Paul Costa. I'm gonna pick Whittaker by decision, but I don't want to take out the chance of there being like a round 3 KO where Whittaker's bam, bam, popping the jab, in and out, jab, 2 head kick, 1-2, rocks him with the head kick. The Krylov goes down. Whittaker ground pounds him to get the stoppage. Because he can't make these reads, and he's good at hurting people. Made Kennedy do his chicken dance. Was stinging Paulo Costa moments, was stinging fucking Yoel Romero multiple times, rocking him. So like he does have power. I don't think he has like the biggest KO power. Like he has like rock and socket power, but not like finish you. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pick Whittaker's decision here. I'm worried because he is near the Brazilian 10, and I don't know how much that's gonna affect this fight. Moving on to Bobby Green versus Terrence McKinney. Though I don't know the pick here, man. Bobby Green on his run. Gabe Green, no, it's not Gabe Green or RVB in his for that first win. Still Huber KO and the Jeremy Stevens sub. He's looked good. He likes to keep his hands down, likes to make short shots roll on shoulders or he'll roll up and roll himself. Good counter striker, decent front kicks and stomps. Terrence McKinney, very fast hands. He has good wrestling, he has good subs. He is very powerful, he has good high kicks. He just came off the Kyle Nelson KO win. And before that fight, he said that he was going to come in more technical, pace himself better. But I think in this fight, he's going to want to come out here and take Green's head off. And I think he's going to. It really either is Bobby Green gets pressured back with his hands down and he gets chinned against the fence, or Green is getting pressured back and he's countering McKinney. Bam, bam. Because he's pretty fast. Like his hands are still fast. He's slowed down, but he still can make shots rolls to show bam, bam. Like, I don't think Terrence McKinney is technical enough to like get through Green's like cocky defense. He could just chin him though. I'm so worried with Green's chin in the air, hands down. But I could still see him countering Terrence and then chinning him against the fence, wearing on him. Because like Green doesn't have like the recovery. Like when he gets hurt and rocked, he's like that's normally the end of it. But like I'm thinking about the guys who beat him. I think I rate Jalen Turner higher than McKinney. Rufy I rate higher. Patty I do. After who they beat, I have to rate Patty higher as well. And he looked pretty good against Gaethje. Maybe you say Terrence would look good against Gaethje as well. Maybe. I don't really think so. He doesn't have the chin for it. I think this one comes. Well, I think does like Terrence break due to his chin not being the best, or does he lose due to him being worn down? He got chinned by the head kick of Rubovics. Rubovics is pretty technical. Caught him, boom. And I think Green is just gonna catch him. I think Green's just gonna counter him, and he's gonna have shots rolling on his shoulders while he's moving back. Then boop, boop, boop. While he's on the back foot, he's countering Zohuber very well. And yeah, I don't really think the grappling is going to be a big factor here for McKinney. So I'm going to have to go Bobby Green round 1 or 2 KO. Round or 2 KO. I'm not calling you king, buddy. Moving on to Brandon Royval versus me. Yes, guys, I am fighting Brandon Royval. No, I'm not going to steal bedtime MMA's gimmick. Loner Kavanaugh is fighting against Brandon Royval. Loner, very fast striker, great low kicks, high kicks, very good hand speed, has good hooks. Rocked Moreno low bunch. He's coming off a 5-round decision win against Moreno where he fucking beat the shit out of him. Showed that Moreno can't take damage the same anymore. Hurt him a bunch. Has decent take defense. He didn't get really taken down against Moreno. He just kind of got smudged. But it was high elevation, and I think he's trying to pace himself so he didn't get out. He has his good grappling himself. He was able to out-grapple Felipe Dos Santos, and I love his ground and pound. His ground and pound is disgusting. Moving on to Brandon Royval, volume striker, likes to piece people up, decent kicks, fights out of southpaw, tall, long dude. Just got chinned by a cop. Before that, got dropped and rocked, and had a war with Fan. And I think he's taking too much damage, and his chin won't be the same. Another Brandon for Loner to fight. And I just don't see the holes for Royval to take advantage of. Loner looks very good in 5 rounds at elevation against Moreno. Obviously, he got smudged, but this is a 3-rounder. I think he should be fine. And he's so fast, and he has power. I think he's going to chin Royval around. I don't see Royval surviving to a decision. I think he hits as hard as Cobb, and I think he's as fast. Maybe he doesn't sleep him like Cobb did, but he is going to put him out. He's going to hurt him, and he's going to drop him. And I think I'd argue Moreno has a better chin than Royval. Maybe you can see Royval's more recovery, but I think Moreno overall has a better chin. Obviously, maybe now he has worse durability, but still, I think his chin is a little bit better. He was nearly put him out round 2. Just absolutely chewed up his legs as well. I think he can chew up Royval's. It's open stance, so the body kick will be there, the high kick will be there. And I don't think Royval will do what Charles Johnson did I think Calvin has learned from that performance. He also gassed himself a lot by doing retarded slams and shit, doing dumb slams, doing dumb takedowns. I don't think he's gonna try to do that here, especially because he knows Royval has good takedown defense. He shot against Tyron. So yeah, I think it's gonna be Lona Kavanaugh by round 1 KO. Some of you guys on Twitter are gonna say B by round 1 KO. So moving on to Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Batista. Corey Sandhagen, very good striker, technical, very good elbow stances, good knees, has very good techniques defensively as well. Mario Batista, good pace setter, pressures people. He will smudge you against the fence. He has good grappling, showed against in his last fight against Vinicius Oliveira. And honestly, I'm gonna have to pick Mario Batista here by decision. I just don't like how Corey's looked in his last two, or his Uber and his Raw performance. He looked good against a withered Figgy, but I do have to pick Mario Batista here. You wear on people, and I think if you're getting rocked that badly by Marab, I think Batista could do the same. I think I think there's a chance he could chin Corey. I don't think he will, but I think there's a real good chance where he hurts Corey in round 2 or something, and that changes the way of the fight, and then he's able to take over, and then round 2, he's able to take over because Corey's really worried, and his shots aren't landing the same. And that's the difference. Corey just lands with like peppering shots. And if you put the thought of the takedown there, he'll just switch stance outside, or in the pocket, he'll just switch stance and just don't do anything. So, yeah. Risky pick. Not super confident. Corey could just beat him again. But I do just have to pick Batista. I think his grappling's leveled up a lot. He's really good against Umar. You could say Corey did as well, but it was like he would be put in positions where Umar was able to ride it out while Batista was constantly scrambling against Umar, dropped him in round 1. I'm going to pick Batista by decision. I think he'll hurt Corey in round 2 or something. Moving on to the co-main event, Benoit Saint Denis versus Paddy Pimblett. Sorry, I have to get water. I got some big fights to talk about. BSD Southpaw Marauder marches forward. It's great takedown. Has good grappling. Good ground and pound. He will hunt for subs. Has very good high kicks. He's very good elbows. He's a good straight. Pressure is his main weapon. His chin isn't the best, but he is tough. He is gritty. He won't really give up on himself. Paddy Pimblett, great chin. Good kicks. Great submissions off his back, especially. And pretty okay boxing. I've seen people say it's underrated due to the performance against Gaethje. And it's like his boxing is just very sloppy. It's not very good boxing. It's effective. It can be effective, but it's not good. And this is a very tricky fight for me to predict because I just can't get out of my head BSD shooting like winning and then shooting a shitty takedown and getting fucking caught in a ghillie and getting subbed. That's my biggest fear. We're getting caught in a submission. Like in a ghillie or submission. I could see something like that happening. But I'm gonna pick BSD by like decision. Brutalization decision. I just see BSD marching him down. Maybe he throws a kick, Paddy catches it, takes him down, subs him. Lands some ground pound. He has pretty good ground pound shown in the Michael Chandler fight. But I don't really think that's gonna happen. Paddy doesn't have good offensive grappling. He hasn't really shown it against the best. Like when they're fresh. Maybe he's able to time a fly in the BSD while he goes for a takedown. That is a possibility. But I'm gonna have to pick BSD by decision. I could see a TKO. Where he's marching him down against the fence. And I just don't want if BSD shoots a takedown or something, that is where it'll go wrong. But they're both so bad and they're both so open to being hit by each other. I really don't know. But Paddy in his last fight he took crazy damage against Gaethje. While BSD did take some damage early in the year against Hooker. And I think the body kicks will be there for Paddy. The front kicks will be there for Paddy that he uses pretty well. Like if he wants to slow down BSD, That's what he should be doing, but he allows himself to be pressured back. Chandler was pressuring him back. I think BSD can do the same. And I think BSD will look for the clinch. Maybe Petty looks for a flying, like a jumping arm triangle, something like that. But I already don't. I just don't think Petty will win this. I think I have to pick BSD by like decision, and I think he's just gonna damage Patty on the feet. I'm worried that he just gets subbed, but I have to trust on the somewhat better fighter. They're both so bad though, man. They both just have like the same weaknesses. I think BSD's chinnier. They're both tough. They're both gritty, but I do think BSD's chinnier. Like I don't know if Patty would get chinned by Poirier. He might get beaten up, but I don't think he would get chinned. Like Gaethje wasn't chinny. Like he maybe could have, but he didn't. But Gaethje him in the fight with staff. Like would he non-staff locked in Gaethje like put more damage and pour it on more? Patty? I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna lean PSD to win this black and by decision or maybe TKO. And the main event. Holloway Mcgregor versus Holloway. Waiting for a file. We've been waiting a while for this. Holloway, great volume, is good circling, good fight out of both stances, good body shots, good kicks, spinning back kicks, C-10 beautifully, great chin. That's been starting to get cracked. Mcgregor, we don't know what Mcgregor we're gonna get. I just don't know what we're gonna get. Power puncher, karate stance, decent boxing, precision, pretty fast. And yeah, that's like the last McGregor we've seen before he shattered his leg against Poirier. I feel like too many people are picking the underdog in this main event. Because my original pick was Holloway TKO when the fight got announced. I was like, oh, Max is going to TKO. Like, it's cool if McGregor wins. Like, it'd be really cool. And I'm feeling the energy of it. But Holloway is just going to win. And then while the weeks kept getting closer and closer and closer, it's like I felt like more out. It was like, oh, the underdogs are winning. We got to pick McGregor. Underdogs are winning. We got to pick McGregor. And it's like, I think this is where it ends. What does it? It's at 170. Max's chin has been cracked 3 times in a row. He got robbed by Gaethje, KO'd by Ilya, dropped by Poirier. He was getting stung by Poirier as well. Southpaw, old riggedy raggedy fucking Poirier in his retirement fight. Dropped him in round 2. Landed brutal ground up at the end of that round. Stinging him with that left hand in round 2. In round 4, I mean. Was looking good. Better than people remember. Better than I remember. At least. Conor, good southpaw. Hits harder than anyone that he probably would. 170 Conor, current Conor, probably hits harder than anyone Max has faced. I just think that is true. He was getting rocked by Oliveira all over the place, man. Oliveira hits hard. But I think 170 Conor hits harder. I think if we compare these situations to the Ilya fight, right? Because we were like, oh, dude, you don't think Conor hits harder than Ilya? Well, that being at 170? I think he does. I think Conor at 170 hits harder than 145 Ilya, but like, is a drained Holloway's chin worse than Holloway's chin at 170? I think that's the difference. Or is Holloway so damaged that his chin is incomparable now? You know? Like, does he have a withered chin compared to a chin that's just way drained? And, like, damaged and way drained? Or are we having or is that worse than a withered, damaged chin? with no lightweight cut. I think I'm gonna have to pick Conor by KO, man. I think he has too many advantages, especially just being a welterweight. I just think I gotta pick him by KO. I think that I should pick Max by like TKO rounds 3 and 4, or like round 3, rounds like 2 to 4. I picked the middle ground of round 3. I should pick that. I should just pick. Should be the pick. It will be my pick. But I want to pick Conor. I'm fencing this because I feel the energy. Mcgregor, the Mac is back. Max, you won't lay a glove on me. Yeah, I won't lay a glove, and if you do, I'll laugh in your face. I'm feeling the energy, dude. McGregor's pumped. He has to be hyped. He's saying that he's not a BMF. He's calling the son a BMF. Max, you're my son. You're my son, and I'm gonna son you again. Feeling the energy of McGregor, man. Do I just pick McGregor? He won't lay a glove on him, yeah. He won't lay a glove. He is not on my level, Joe. Like, good pick. Nick, dude. McGregor on 2KO, bro. It's just, I don't know how he's gonna come back. How does he come back? It's like nostalgia. It's like, dude, he's so good, he could win. But Holloway is showing weaknesses in his last couple fights. His chin's been cracked. It's like, that's the thing. It's like his chin has been cracked. If Oliveira kept in the fight longer, he honestly could have KO'd Holloway. Out of the two, Holloway was getting more visually hurt than Oliveira. Oliveira was eating all the shots and walking them down. Holloway was the one visually getting like stung and like eyes widened and like scarping against the fence. But his timing on the twos to the body was finding it beautifully, and Poirier found how like to break through the weird Philly shove of Poirier. It's gonna be bad. But even then, when he found the timing of it, he still got correct. I think Holloway might have the speed advantage. He has the volume advantage. The youth. But he's been more. I think he's been damaged more. And I think at 170, McGregor can do it. The thing is, like, McGregor was chinned by Poirier, though, but I was like, prime Poirier. But Max fought a probably like more prime Poirier. Picking McGregor by KO, I'm feeling the energy. Probably gonna get it wrong. I might just switch my pick back to Max Holloway because it's the regional pick. It's the one that makes sense. But I'm feeling the McGregor core 100%, especially with his new custom shorts. So yeah, let me know who you guys are picking in the comments below. Do you guys got Max? Do you guys got Conor? Are you guys picking me to beat Royval? Let me know. Which picks do you guys disagree with? Which do you guys agree with? I got maybe 2 more videos planned for the week. Maybe Thursday and Friday I'll get them out. Yeah. Catch you guys in the next video. Fuck this AI poster. Like and subscribe if you guys enjoy the picks and predictions. Hopefully this is intertwined with MMA Guru's predictions videos. Follow me on Twitter, jazzlovesmma. And yeah, catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.